Back at the Kansas Speedway on Fox Sports Net, Rick Benjamin with Kenny Wallace and Brent Stover downstairs as we watch plenty of racing action. The NASCAR Winston West Series, the Kansas 100, first race ever at the brand new Kansas Speedway here in 2001. Right now, everyone chasing Brandon Ash, but he's got his hands full. Jason Small and Sean Woodside among the cars and drivers trying to work their way back to the front. Small's turned in a good run today, as has Woodside, Kenny Wallace. But right now, Ash kind of showing the way. I think he's got a lot to think about in these next 35, 40 laps here.
Well, I tell you, you're right, but I think they all got a lot to think about because there's guys that have qualified clear back to 20th that now are running in the top 5, really figuring this new Kansas City racetrack out. I mean, all types of different grooves out here, Rick, on the white line in the middle of the racetrack, and it's going to be a barn burner right to the end.
Norris in the 32 up in the top 5 now. Here's Frank Kimmel in the 46. He started toward the front, ran up front early, had a tire problem, lost a lap on pit road. He's gotten back in contention. Look at how quick he is off the corner now. He'll duck to the inside here.
Yeah, that's Andy Hillenberg. Andy's still trying to find his chassis set up to get run a little bit better. But, I mean, it looks to me like this man is on a mission. Frank Kimmel's on his way to the front. Look at the speed over the other cars.
Hillenberg back in 8th spot, so Kimmel just moving to 7th, and he's going to try a middle move there and try to split the difference between Tim Wood's machine and Woodside. We jump on board Woodside, and there's Kimmel with the outside-in move.
Wow, what a view. That was incredible.
Into the corner here at Kansas, up onto the backstretch, it's Kimmel.
That couldn't have been any better timing, Rick.
No.
Did you see that? As soon as we went in-car camera, we went 3 wide.
That was a great look from Kimmel's machine. Kimmel making his first Winston West start ever here this weekend, but he is no slouch. 2-time defending ARCA REMAX Series champion. 5 wins on the year in ARCA so far.
Well, this team has really earned everything they could get as you look back through the field here. Johnny Borneman, Austin Cameron, and the ageless wonder, Herschel McGriff. Now we look at
John Wood there.
Wood.
Yeah,
Wood leading.
Wood in the 50 leading this group of cars ahead of Norris and Small. And they are running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the racetrack right now. Everybody chasing Brendan Gaughan, who has gotten the lead away from Brandon Ash. Ash has dropped way back, as a matter of fact.
We've got problems with Brandon Ash.
The Unified Western Grocers Ford way off the pace. We noticed he was not at the top of the leaderboard anymore. And Ash, way off the pace, comes to pit road. We'll try to find out what's wrong with that machine.
Really was a good-looking Ford there.
Yeah.
Nice body on it.
Very strong in the middle portions of the Kansas 100 here today. The 16 have gone. The Napa Chevrolet, he's the defending series champion, finally broke through with his first win several weeks ago in 2001. Everyone had high expectations for that team. It's the team that fields Herschel McGriff's machine as well. Gaughan has gone back to the top of the charts here now.
Brendan Gaughan qualified 8th, leading this group. That is your pole sitter, John Wood, running 2nd.
Norris right there in 3rd as we get a look at the rest of the top 10 with 40 laps to go. Troy Klein with a good run in that 11 car. He is in the top 10. Now, Klein has struggled in that machine much of this year. He has spun and wrecked several times. Outstanding sprint car driver in the SCRA for many years, tackling Winston West a couple of seasons ago. Starting to get the hang of things here at Kansas.
Now, Rick, everything that I'm looking at here shows me that Brendan, they catch Brendan Gaughan, and then it looks like something happened to John Wood. I think what happened is Eric Norris gets right up behind John Wood, makes him loose, and he can't make his attack. There's that Sammy Potashnik on the apron there, still having problems. Wow, look at this. Look who's coming.
Yeah, Kimmel in the 46 has gotten to 5th spot now, and he's making tracks toward the leaders. Kimmel very much in contention for the win here today in the Kansas 100. Your leader, though, meantime, Gaughan starting to stretch it out a little more over John Wood last time by.
Now, this is what we've been waiting for. Look at this. I mean, this is 5, 6 cars. Kimmel looks like Pac-Man. I mean, he's coming so fast. Look at this. He's going to mow right by him.
Jason Small in the 14, running in 4th spot. Kimmel will go to the inside of the 14 car and try to get the position down into 3, and he makes it look easy.
5 cars within 40 laps to go here at Kansas City. We got a barn burner on our hands, and it looks like Frank Kimmel is going to be a man on a mission. Probably going to have the lead here in about 10 laps.
We'll see. Don't forget, tire wear has been the big story of the day. We've had several cars cut down tires. NASCAR threw a competition caution at 25 laps to give the teams a chance to come in and change tires and check tire wear and give the Hoosier Tire engineers a chance to look things over. Hasn't been a problem of late, though, as these teams have made a couple of stops. And here's Kimmel. As we go on board Eric Norris, he'll watch Kimmel just sail by on the low side.
Calm me down, Rick. I'm in the car. I'm driving it. This is a driver's dream. I mean, this guy's like, what's wrong with you guys? Kimmel's in his car right now saying, what's wrong with all you guys? I've had a couple race cars like this before, and right now this is going to be all fun for Frank Kimmel.
Well, this one's been gold-plated for Kimmel all year. He's got all those ARCA victories, his first start in Winston West, and we should tell you, Kenny, you may not have seen an ARCA race so far this year. They use a Ford on the short tracks, the Chevrolet on the Speedway, so they're not only racing every week in ARCA, but they're changing car brands back and forth.
Sounds to me like they've got it figured out. I mean, the Chevrolet and the Ford are great race cars. They're really good where they're good at, and he's got it all figured out. And as soon as I'm start talking about how great he is, here he goes in a second. Crowd goes wild.
Inside, John Wood, the Wood brothers' 19-year-old son and grandson, going for the win here today as well. John Wood pushes up high in the corner, and Kimmel sails by to second spot.
And I'll tell you what, while all this is happening, John Wood gets on the outside and gets freight trained by Eric Norris and Jason Small.
Your leader continues to be Brendan Gaughan, but he's got Kimmel right with him now. Kimmel about 4 car lengths back as they come onto the front straightaway.
Wow, what a march to the front. Incredible. You know, earlier in the race, Frank Kimmel had this left front tire problem, got it all figured out. Probably got the air pressure adjusted, maybe took a little weight off that left front. Maybe he didn't do nothing, maybe rubber's built up, and the track's fine now.
Kimmel operates a family team. His brother Bill is the crew chief. Another brother builds motors for this team. Team owner, of course, is Larry Clement. And Larry Clement functions as one of the spotters for Frank Kimmel normally. But going against Brendan Gaughan's team, that's a veteran bunch as well, the defending Winston West Series champs. Now look, here's Eric Norris closing right up on the back end of the 46 car. Kimmel will try a sweep move to the inside, and he'll get it. Kimmel will take the point over here from Gaughan.
Eric Norris coming with him, making a race out of it.
Norris moves into second spot.
Wow, incredible march. There it is. Frank Kimmel from one lap down, left front flat early in the race, makes his lap up and all the way back in the lead.
Clearly the fastest car on the racetrack here at the Kansas Speedway. We'll be back with more Winston West action in a moment. We are back at the Kansas Speedway, Kansas City, Kansas, the NASCAR Winston West Series first race ever at the new Kansas Speedway, the Kansas 100 today. Your leader is Kimmel. Norris is second, then Small. Gaughan had led for a long time. He's fallen all the way back to fourth. And Brandon Ash has fallen out of the chase. Let's go downstairs to Brett Stover and find out more.
All right, Brandon Ash is done for the day. And Brandon, what happened out there?
Oh, had a great car. You know, we led the race for a lot of laps, and looks like the motor dropped the valve. You know, we're not up to funding where we need to be to maintain motors, and it bit us today.
Frustrating for you and the team, quite obvious.
Oh, real frustrating. You know, obviously we had a car that could win the race and come all this way from out in the south, you know, and come back here and run and have this good of a run going and break. It's heartbreaking for everybody.
Tough way to have your afternoon end. Certainly, it does strain the motor to run at a big speedway like this, Kenny Wallace.
You know, all the credit in the world to these Winston West drivers, but, you know, let's talk about it. I mean, these guys run quarter miles, half miles, you know, maybe 4 or 5 times a year do they run these tracks.